All right, here we are. Another week has gone by, and that means we are recording Anabolic Academy on Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding. And I just got done doing an hour and 45 minutes live show with me, Lee Priest, Xavier Willis from Desktop Bodying, and Armana DB. And it turned out to be actually really fun, except we talked about bodybuilding for about 12 seconds. And we were talking about everything else. But go watch it because it was really good. It was really entertaining. We touched on all kinds of topics. We touched on a little bit on bodybuilding, but mostly about girls, about cars, about fucking gay clubs, all kinds of shit. You got to go and check it out. Um, it's I do it every week. It's called Shooting the Breeze with Lee Priest. And I wanted to talk about Kai Green making the comeback, which I believe he's not. And I wanted to talk about the Andrew Jack possibly winning, which I believe he is not, the Arnold Classic. And we did touch on that for a little bit, but then we just went off and talked about all kinds of other things. So it was really entertaining. You should definitely go check it out. All right. But this is Anabolic Academy. And what does that mean for those of you that are new to this channel? That means you ask me questions on bodybuilding, fitness, or whatever you'd like, and I answer them right here on Anabolic Academy. Now, it's recorded on Mondays, released on Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern, and that's where you're going to be able to watch it. How do you reach me? My email, UncleJohn1201 at Gmail. My other email, John underscore Livia at yahoo.com. My Instagram, Serious and Silliness. Facebook, John Livia. TikTok, John Livia. And that's about it. For some reason, my head is itchy. I think I've been wearing this hat too long. Anyway, all right. So we're just going to jump right into the questions because we got a lot of good ones. All right. Justin Walker 160 on Instagram. Greatest legend of all time, Ronnie Coleman or Lee Haney? That is easy. Ronnie Coleman, as great as Lee Haney is, I put Lee Haney in third place in my prediction. Ronnie Coleman is one, Schwarzenegger two, Lee Haney is three. If you want to know who number four is, it would be Dorian. No, Phil. Sorry, Phil Heath, and then Dorian number five. Okay. Ronnie Coleman is the greatest bodybuilder that ever walked the planet. Period. End of story. Ronnie Coleman would still be Mr. Olympia if it wasn't for Father Time. Okay. There is not going to be another Ronnie Coleman for a very, very, very long time. The guy is the Muhammad Ali of bodybuilding, the Mariano Rivera of bodybuilding, the Babe Ruth of bodybuilding, the Michael Jordan of bodybuilding, the Wayne Gretzky of bodybuilding, whatever you want to, the Lawrence Taylor of bodybuilding, whatever you want to, whatever analogy you want to put in sports, he is that guy, the once in a lifetime kind of guy. Okay. There has never been another one like him, and they probably will never be, as far as I'm concerned. Now, next question from Justin Walker 160 on Instagram. Who is your opinion has a better package, Samson Downer or Derek Lunsford? Better overall package, Samson Downer. There's no question about it. Okay. Derek has lights out shots like his back. His rear double bi is lights out. Okay. He has incredible shape for his height. But Samson is tall and he's filled out that frame incredibly. The one knock on him used to be his back, which he brought up, and his conditioning, which he gets better in every show. Samson is now literally, as far as I'm concerned, a bigger, better version of Sean Roden. He is a bigger, better version of Sean Roden when Sean Roden won the Olympia. If Samson keeps going the way he's going to be the dominant bodybuilder of this era because he's flawless and he seems to have the work ethic and he likes to compete, which keeps him, on top of things. It's what I mean by that is it's very difficult to lose the crown if you're only going to compete once a year because that means you have to hit that fucking spot perfectly once a year. Now, the world bodybuilders could do it, like Ronnie, like Phil Heath, so on and so forth. Okay. But a lot of the times, most bodybuilders have a very difficult time hitting it that first and only shot. I think Samson understands that, and that's why he likes to compete before and after. He doesn't like to take too much time in between, where he has to diet down again, nail it perfectly this time, Hope that he nails it perfectly, blah, blah, blah. He'll do the Arnold Classic. He'll probably wind up doing the Olympia again. He'll probably do a show or two after the Olympia. Samson is a very gifted bodybuilder because of his work ethic and because he had flaws, but his flaws are no more. And he made sure of that. And like I said, his conditioning and his back, they are not problems anymore. All right, so that's my opinion on that. Anything could change. Don't get me wrong. We've seen it, okay? There has not been a steady Mr. Olympia since Phil Heath. So anything could change. But my prediction and my opinion is that he is better overall package than Derek. And that's saying something because Derek is fucking good. All right, next question from Fran is the man. Because guess what? Fran is the motherfucking man. How many Olympias would Kai Green have won if he never stopped? Kai Green probably would have won at least two if he never stopped. Because after Phil, you had a dip in talent. Okay? Sean Roden, and I believe Kai Green was a better bodybuilder than Sean Roden. And it's not that Sean Roden was a bad bodybuilder. It's just that he wasn't as dominant. And then plus he had gotten into some trouble with with the SA allegations. And then he obviously passed away. And then after that, you had Big Ramy, which is very hard for him to miss the mark. Kai Green, in my opinion, was a better bodybuilder than Big Ramy. Then he had Brandon Curry. And in my opinion, that year was a very, very weak year for the Olympia. And you had young blood coming up, but you had a lot of guys going out. Phil wasn't there anymore. Dennis Wolf wasn't there anymore. Branch wasn't there anymore. Dexter wasn't there anymore. Kai wasn't there anymore. So all those guys that was dominating in the 2000, late 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, Jay Cutler wasn't there anymore. All those guys were gone. And then you had a few years where it was a weak lineup, and then the new blood started coming in. Samson, Hottie, Derek, you name it, right? Andrew Jacked. All the new blood starts coming in. This happens. So if Kai never stopped, he probably would have had, in my opinion, probably could have had two right after Phil if he would have just kept going. I don't know why he didn't. I don't know what the deal was. I remember he lost to Phil, and then he went on to make a point, which he won 3 Arnolds in a row: Arnold Classic USA, Arnold Classic Australia, and I believe it was Arnold Classic Brazil, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. He won 3 in a row, and then that was it. It basically made a statement. Well, I'm still the best. Or I'm still Kai Green. It is what it is. Okay, next question from Franz, the motherfucker man. If you were to do, oh God, I can't speak today. Let me try again. How would you do against Sam Sulek if you competed with him in your prime? Well, first of all, Sam would have been a heavyweight, and he did classic. I was a light heavyweight, and at first I was a middleweight, then I was a light heavyweight, and I did bodybuilding. So I would have never went up against Sam Sulek in an NPC show because the weight difference was different, and I never did classic. The classic wasn't around. I might have now. Look, I probably had better shape than him. I'm not gonna lie. I probably at the time, if you have looked at my pictures, my competitive pictures, especially the one that you see that I put up on Instagram for this show, that was part of my best look. I probably had better shape than him, but everything else, he was just much bigger, much harder, much grainier. He probably would have beat me, if we were in the same what category, all things being equal, weight category, he probably would have beat me. I mean, the guy's a gifted bodybuilder, okay? And what I mean by that is he's in his early 20s. He could eat whatever he wants and train anywhere he wants, and he grows muscle. His genetics are incredible. So he has the talent and he has the tools to be a great bodybuilder if he continues to go. I didn't have that. Okay. I had good enough genetics where I could win an NPC show, but I would get destroyed on a national level stage. okay, in my prime, in my 30s. He's 22, 23, and what he does the Arnold Amateur. Big deal if he loses. He comes back next year, a year under his belt. If he does right and he gets a good trainer and a good person to help him, he could look like a different person in a year or two, you know. That's if he wants to be a bodybuilder. You know, he is worth a lot of money. I don't know if he's going to continue to have the drive, being worth millions at such a young age. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, next question. Let me see. That was Fran is the man. But the next question is from Kali underscore baby. What's your view on using diuretics during a cut, not for a prep, just to decrease belly fat? No, no, that's ridiculous. No, there's no reason to do diuretics. First of all, diuretics don't cut belly fat. Diuretics pull water out of your system. Okay, you're not going to lose body fat by using diuretics. Are used when all your body fat is gone and you want to pull water out of your system because you want that crisp, dry, hard look, which is why you only take it the day before um, the contest or the morning of a contest, you know, depending, right? No, to take a diuretic just to lose belly fat, that's stupid. That's ridiculous. It's just not going to happen. Okay, you want to lose belly fat, you do cardio. You stop eating like a fat fuck. You clean up your diet. You make sure you hit the weights and hit them hard so that you are burning a lot of calories when you're hitting the weight. You can't, don't go through the motions. That's not doing anything. But when you are training, you are exhausted, you're sweating, and you're exerting yourself. And then do cardio on top of that. And then you clean up your diet, eat, make smart food choices, and it'll go away. If you wanted to use a compound to burn fat, clenbuterol, that would be the only thing I would fucking that would be the only thing I would recommend. I don't like this Ozempic shit. Diuretics is ridiculous. I wouldn't mess with your thyroid and take T3. There's no reason to if you just want to get in shape. That would be it. Clenbuterol would be the only thing I would recommend if you just want to get in shape. As a fat burner, right? I mean, I'm not talking about anabolics. I mean, as a fat burner. Yeah, dump that. If anybody's using diuretics because they want to get in shape, that's just ridiculous. And next question from my friend. And final question, Vigar underscore. Sorry, dude. I'm never going to pronounce it right. Seljenes. What is the best possible recovery meal to have post workout, in your humble opinion? Okay. The majority of people are going to do a shake right after they work out because they can. Most gyms, 90% of gyms have a shake place. You get down a shake and you get your nutrition in totally. So you could do a shake like a whey. You could put, if you want your carbs. A lot of places will have carbolin, which is the grounded up carbohydrates. So it's easily absorbed. So the whey protein is easily absorbed. If you don't have carbolin, you could put fruit in it, like a banana, so you have the carbs that are easily absorbed. You could put fats in it, like peanut butter and whatnot. If you don't do a shake, then you want to eat a meal that is easily digestible. So, what I mean by that is you do not want to have red meat or chicken. You will probably do fish or eggs right after you work out because the protein breaks down much faster than chicken or red meat, and you want it to absorb it into your system quickly because your body is in need of nutrition at this point. Okay, and then you would do some fast acting carbohydrate like some fruit or maybe a some fruit or maybe a starchy carb like white rice or a baked potato or something to that effect. Again, you want to absorb quickly because you've just put your body through this torture working out, and you want to have foods that absorb quickly and break down fast, right? So you would probably do a protein and carbohydrate, fish, egg whites, eggs, white rice, baked potato, maybe some fruit. And if you want to do a shake, you would do protein, carbolin, or put some fruit in it. You don't have to throw the peanut butter in or whatnot. If you want to, it's fine, but you don't really necessarily. If you're looking for a fast acting, fast nutrients in your system, hold the fats, protein, and carbohydrates right after you work out. That would be my opinion. I do a shake, but when I was competing, the shake I did right after, even on my off season, like when I wasn't competing, and the shake I did right after was 2 scoops of whey isolate, a scoop of carbolin, and a scoop of glutamine. That was my post workout shake. Now I'm not splitting hairs much. Now I get 2 scoops of whey, peanut butter, oatmeal, banana, water. It tastes delicious. I get all the nutrition, and I'm not splitting hairs anymore. And I'm still giving my body what it needs. It'll break down quicker the opposite way. The whey, the carbolin, the glutamine, it'll break down much quicker. Once you start adding protein, I'm sorry, once you start adding peanut butter, oatmeal, it's a food and your body's going to break it down like food. So it's going to take more time to digest. Um so that's basically it. If you're in a situation where you're splitting hairs, and the only reason you should be splitting hairs honestly is if you're competing. That's the only reason why you should be splitting hairs. This isn't rocket science. You don't have to fucking split hairs if you just want to look good on the beach. You know what I mean? Or get in shape because you want to, MMA or whatever the case may be. Um, but yeah, that's about it. And that is another edition of Anabolic Academy here on Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding. I am your host, John Livia. Please like, share, subscribe, tell everybody, share the stuff. I'm getting better and better. We're getting better and better guests. Please join us on Muscle Talk this week because we are going to be talking about the Arnold Classic coming up, and I am trying to put together a really good panel. We're gonna have the regular guys. Lee Priest says that he'll be there, but I'm trying to get some other dudes, some other guys to come on. I'm trying to get Jose Raymond. I'm trying to get King Kamali. I'm trying to get Armana DB because it's the first show of the year and it's the Arnold Classic, and I'm just trying to make it as special as possible. We'll see who I can get to come on. I tried Kerith Baggio, but he goes to sleep every day, every night at like 6:30 or something like that. Or oh no, he goes to bed at 8:30 because he gets up at like 3:30 in the morning or some shit. I don't know what he does for work. He's a good dude, but unfortunately he can't stay up that late. He gets up really early in the morning. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Later. Peace.